Jake Rob, give me an audio test.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Eli here from IgnitionTube.
Hi, internet. We're vlogging at work again. Why is it not focusing on me? We're at FC Puro today, if you can't tell. I got my man Jake Rob here. And today, we are finally installing some spacers on the S6. And I'm worried they're not gonna be big enough. The rears, as you probably saw in the opening shots, are well, they're a little off as far as the fitment goes. The wheel and like the what's the word I'm looking for?
The lip of the wheel.
Yeah, the lip is flush. That's what I'm looking for. The lip of the wheel is flush. That is perfect as far as like offset goes, but because the tire is stretched because we're running a 255 on a 20x10, the fitment doesn't look great. But yeah, so we're gonna poke this out a little bit, see what it looks like with a 5mm. We may end up going to a 10mm. I've run a 15 and it looks horrible. So we'll see what it looks like with a 5. Look how dirty these barrels are. Does anyone have a solution for this aside from ceramic pads? Because it's really hard to get in here to wash. It may just be like taking the wheels off once a month and washing in here.
Let me grab you the bolts.
What do we think? Is she flush?
Those are extended bolts.
Those are 35mm extended bolts. We're running 30s in the front and 35s in the rear because I figure we need to step up to an 8mm spacer. We can do that on these. The stock bolt length is 27. You could even technically run a 10mm on these. All right, let's drop it down and see how it looks.
Oh, way better.
Actually, I didn't think it was gonna do that much, but it did work out.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Jacob, that's almost perfect.
I wouldn't change that at all. Wow, so those 5mm did way more than you were expecting them to do.
Yes.
I mean, that looks great.
That looks really nice. That's the exact look I was going for.
You know, it's a subtle difference. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does for sure. It might be too much. I might swap them with the 5s in the front. All right, so ultimately the conclusion we've come to is we're gonna leave the 5 in the rear for now. And we'll leave the 3 in the front because even though it looks kind of wonky aired out, at ride height, they're pretty similar as far as poke goes. And again, just showing you like, there's the fitment. There's the fitment on this side. Then we go to the other side and you can see it's sunk in. So we're chasing millimeters here. We're literally chasing 5mm, but it makes a big difference. All right, so what do you think, internet? It's an important question. Do we run the black lug bolts, or do we do this with the gray lug caps? I'm personally a fan of this look. I think the black is a little too much, but Jacob likes the black. So let us know what you think. JR, can you do me a favor? Can you read me the comment that you read, that you left on my posts?
All right, so I said, damn, all that power plus PS4S tires, and it barely gets to 60 faster than an E46 M3.
And the people were upset about it. They were genuinely upset about his comment like that. JR is my coworker. It's okay. We mess with each other a lot, but we do have an E46 M3. Oh, we had an E46 M3.
My car is currently getting stolen.
But we're gonna go ahead and hook the draggy up and see what Mr. Jade Roy, not JR, someone else. Oh damn! Look at that. Woo! G Money looking good in there.
I've been like.
JR's never launched his car before, but
No, I haven't. It's not that I've never launched my car. It's that I've never tried to launch it quickly. Like I've done I've peeled out.
Yeah. But you haven't done an actual launch.
Like CarWow, if you've ever watched CarWow, anytime he's had an E46 M3, they launch so well because of the torque curve, and he's got it like right in the meat of it where it just like
Just goes.
Oh my god, they hook so well because they don't have a ton of torque.
What is this supposed to run 0 to 60? Like
4.5.
Okay, all right, 4 or 5. So anything under 5, I would call a success today.
Correct.
I think that's a win.
Those are always ideal conditions, you know, good driver, blah blah blah. Not some random mother trying to figure this out.
But if you run over 5, you got to delete your comment.
Hell no, I'm not doing that shit.
Beauty. You're good. 5.48. All right, the last take.
All right. We got to get under 5 seconds, or right around 5 seconds here.
Yes.
All right, ready?
Let's see what happens. 5.48 again. All right, so the verdict is 5.5.
5.4.
5.4, sorry, in a rear-wheel drive car on not ideal conditions. Good thing we had that street closed down, though. We were good there. I should be with you. I'm impressed with JR's driving. To do sub 5.5 on a closed road on a not ideal surface in a manual transmission rear-wheel drive car is very impressive.
I've never launched this car in my life properly.
But he backed it up. He ran a 5.5, which, all things considered, is pretty impressive.
It's all in the
so,
launch, and I couldn't. Damn it! Are you gonna put that video in your video?
Yeah.
Okay. You know
But
what? People can flame me then.
no, but I don't think they'll flame you because I don't think anyone can do any better, unless they're like purpose drag racers who know how to like actually slip the clutch and launch it. I don't think anyone's gonna do better than you. It's not like we said. You don't have issues on 1.2. You don't have issues with anything else. It's only the launch, like the actual launch, which could totally be tired too.
Well, it has like 40 psi in the rear.
Yeah, yeah. So we didn't set it up ideally. If y'all want to see more of JR's E46, it's on Instagram. And thanks for doing that part in the video, dog. Remember, do not do this unless you're a trained professional like JR. And if we haven't recapped it already, there are the final results. I mean, that's pretty much perfect. 20x10, 32 offset. 20x10, 33 offset. Now, you could probably poke the front out a little bit more, and we may end up switching them, so that would go to a 35, and this would go to a 30. But I think this is pretty money. If you didn't want to have the extra camber in the rear, I think the 38 offset would probably be pretty good. Maybe a 36. Just running like factory camber, but if you're going to add the additional camber, 33 to 35 seems like the sweet spot. Honestly, if you weren't getting like a custom set of forged wheels and you just bought a set of 20x10 35 offset, as long as they cleared the brakes, and again, you can always run a 3mm spacer in front to bring that out to ET32, I think that would be pretty mint. So that's where we ended up for now. I'll let you guys know in a future video if I end up swapping them around. Also, if you're wondering where I got my spacers and wheel lugs from, 42 Draft Design makes a killer set of spacers and wheels. I actually didn't buy my spacers through them because I thought another company would ship them faster, but they didn't end up showing faster, so I should have just bought everything through them. But I'm running their wheel bolts, and in the future, if I need any other spacers, I'll be using them. I do really enjoy figuring out wheel fitment. That's like one of my favorite things, is calculating offsets and doing all that stuff. If you have any questions, willtheyfit.com is a great calculator for figuring out kind of how much more something will poke. It obviously won't figure out brake clearance. You'll have to email wheel companies about that, but it is a great kind of resource for that stuff. We were supposed to unveil the second set of new wheels this week, but I didn't have time to do that, so that will hopefully come next week. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I will catch you guys in the next video.